What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Omniheroes video. Alright guys, we got some massive updates going on when version 1.3 comes out, which is very soon as a matter of fact. They've made insane adjustments to some of the rune skills. Now, shout out to my boy Evo and I, like we were working on a rune tier list. This completely revamps things now. So I kind of regret putting it all together, but it's worth definitely talking about because this is going to make a huge difference on how runes are going to be seen for some of these characters, right? So first thing, let's talk about some of these changes. So we're going to do some before and afters. Okay, so the befores are in the white box, afters are in the green check marks. Shout out to Bella for putting this together on the Discord. And we're going to go through every single one of these and how it changes how the units are going to be used when their individual runes are used. Now, if you don't know what the runes are, it's those 4 different equipment that you can put on, and if you get the actual icon of the character and equip 4 of them, it does a specific move. So start off with Solomon, Corroding Crush Evolved. So before, it used to be each time before Solomon attacks, if there's an enemy with increased defense, all allies restore 10% of their max HP. Now that's completely changed. Each time Solomon receives active healing when the allied team's total number of revivals is higher than 2, all allies restore HP equal to 60% of the healing received. That's crazy different. So now instead of having to rely on the enemy defense, what you're getting instead is if you have 3 or more Avengers on the team and you do a heal, all allies restore HP equal to 60% of the healing that's received. That's a massive change, making Solomon that much better now as a tank. So these are all probably going to be buffs, by the way. I don't see them ever nerfing anything. So Lachesis, let's check out Light of the Verity Evolved. Each time before Lachesis attacks, if there's an enemy with a Fortitude effect, all allies restore 10% of their max HP. So Fortitude is something that's cast by Persephone, for example. Now, each time Lachesis takes an attack when the allied team's total number of revivals higher than 3, so that's 4 or more Avengers, purify 50 stacks of debuffs from 3 random allies. What the hell? What a massive difference. What a massive difference. That puts her definitely a lot higher now in the tier list. We had her actually at the bottom because it didn't make any sense the way she was functioning. Now this makes a massive difference, obviously, right? Okay, Dullahan, Acts of Destruction. Each time before Dullahan attacks, if there's an enemy with increased attack, all allies restore 10% of their max HP. That was the before effect. The new effect now is each time Dullahan receives active healing, when the enemy total number of corrodes is stacked higher than 20, all allies restore HP equal to 60% of the healing received. So that is huge, guys, for the Mystifiers, because now you have Vital Drain with Catherine. Chances are, if you're running a Mystifiers team, you're running Dullahan because he's the best tank on that team, and you're more than likely going to have 20 plus corrodes on enemies. That's crazy. That's crazy. So these are the type of things you're going to see help you progress through places you're stuck, especially for Corrode team. You can see a lot of there's Minotaur coming up as well. His change is huge. So Minotaur Unstoppable used to be each time before Minotaur attacks, if there's an enemy with increased defense, all allies restore 10% of max HP. Now, each time Minotaur takes action when the enemy team's Corrode is 20 Corrodes or higher, apply stun on random enemies for 3 rounds. That's huge. 3 rounds of pretty much a unit not being able to be used at all. That's going to cripple PvP teams. Like, Minotaur is now just skyrocketed for his actual ruin tier list as well, too. This is what I mean. Like, we have to readjust this entire thought process now and relook at this tier list because these units are now looking way better than they used to. Now, granted, runes are a lot harder to get, but now because you can do the actual Northern Expedition, you can actually get yourself quite a few of the rune tokens and focus on getting them for your characters, right? All right, next up, Merlin, Piercing Vines and Piercing Vines Evolved. There's 2 of them. The Piercing Vines is the epic versions, so the yellow ones, and then the red ones are the evolved version. Okay, so keep that in mind. So before, each time Merlin takes action when the allies team Reflect is higher than 100%, grants 1 stack of Reflect boost to all allies. Now it's physical damage reduction increased by 15% for all allies, period. Each time Merlin takes action when the allies team, so that part stays the same. Okay, so, but the only difference is it's all allies for 3 rounds, but everybody gets 15% physical damage reduction. That's going to kill off. That's going to murder the Valianters, because they're mostly all physical, and also some ethereals, to be honest with you, as well too. So that's gonna be hard. So next one, the evolved version is the same thing, except it gives you 20%, okay, and it gives you 2 stacks of reflect boost on all allies. So that one is even crazier. So Merlin's now becoming one of the best Doomsdayer support, period. Like that's a big change, guys. So again, runes will make or break a lot of the characters. It's pretty much like having extra equipment with status effects or effects, right? That's what runes are. So Athena, now she was one of the ones that definitely needed a buff. So Oppressive Shield and Oppressive Shield evolved. When an ally receives an attack, there's a 50% chance to gain 1 attack boost for 3 rounds. Now it's physical damage reduction increase, 15% for all allies, just like Merlin's. Now when an ally receives an attack, there's a 50% chance to gain 1 stack of attack boost for 3 rounds. That hasn't changed. Now she gives 20% on the next one, okay? So very big update there. And you also get a 100% chance to gain the attack boost for 3 rounds when using Athena. So that actually brought her up a little bit as well too, because let's be real, she wasn't the greatest tank and greatest runes in the first place, but this really helps, all right? Kalora, Dual Blades of Carnage and Dual Blades of Carnage evolved, okay? When an ally receives a buff, there's a 33% chance to double the buff stacks. Now it's magic damage reduction increased by 15%. When an ally receives a buff, there's a 33% chance to double the buff stack. So that part stays the same, but the magic damage reduction is there. And then, of course, the evolved one, same thing, and it gives you a 100% chance, okay? So rather than 33%, it went up to 100 here, but this stayed at 33. So still really good to have the magic damage reduction against magic teams, especially, right? So big there. All right, Nawe, Scarlet Slash and Scarlet Slash evolved. So after dealing basic attack, there's a 33% chance to apply 1 defense reduction stack on the opponent. So now she also does the magic damage reduction for 15% for allies. After dealing basic attack, there's a 33% chance for 3 rounds. So this tells you 3 rounds now. And then this one here is a 100% chance to reduce for 3 rounds and a 20% increase to magic damage reduction for all allies. So massive changes, guys. This may actually rejig a lot of your focus based on where you want to go. And I think it's very important, guys, to note that these runes are very tough to get. So it's extremely important to focus on who you want to complete, right? Because you need 4 of them to finish off 1 unit. So this is where you actually want to put your time and effort. If you were focusing on just starting runes now, this may change who you want to put that effort into, right? So remember, when you go into the shop and you buy from the Celestial shop and you buy those rune tokens, you can choose who you want to give it to. It's random in terms of which rune you get, whether it's protective, reflect, damage, etc., right? Or DPS, but the character themselves you can choose. So make sure, after going through this list, guys, you might want to refocus where you're going to put all this effort into. And again, we'll do a brand new tier list with the updated version coming up very soon. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys in the next one.